I mean, it looks pretty tight. We have returned to the rugged coast of the Catlins. And the thing about this coast is you really can only catch glimpses of this ruggedness from certain viewpoints and easily accessible beaches like this one. However, today we're on a bold mission to go out to that point in search of some monster sea caves, massive sea caves that maybe have not seen the likes of human exploration in decades or centuries. The weather has been pretty hit or miss over the last week down here on the southern tip of New Zealand, but today we have an amazing day. Pretty clear blue skies, nice temperature. The only thing I'm slightly concerned about is the swell height and how long it's going to take us to walk out there. We've got about 2 hours till low tide, so not sure that that's going to give us enough time to go around that point, which is originally what I wanted to do. But either way, I think we're going to get into some epicness today in the Catlins. This little rock overhang. Nice way to start the day off. Yeah, I just don't know this. It's a lot further than I thought it was. Not sure what we're going to be able to find today, but we're really going to try our best to find as much as we can in this rough and tumble coastline here in the Catlins. Whoa, first big cave of the day. And there's like freshwater runoff here, so it's like a little freshwater waterfall grotto, and the light is sparkling on the rocks there. Beautiful. Wow. And there's like freshwater intrusion from this crack above. That's why this cave is so big, from this freshwater intrusion through this crack. So it's not just erosions from the tide and the waves, it's also erosion from above, from this freshwater runoff. And so you get this dual action erosion, which is why this is so far back here. But you can see the tide fills this all the way up, so nobody's going to live in here. No penguins are going to be nesting in here. Gotta say, we're off to a good start. Keep pressing on and see what else we can find, but this is a great way to start the day right here. I mean, it looks pretty tight. Oh, wow. This might be a case of I gets in where I fits in, and I don't think I fits in here. Ooh. Oh well. Just want to point out the water coming out of the crack in the rock here This is technically what's known as a seep, and a lot of people will confuse something like that with a spring. The main difference is that water is not necessarily clean and pure to drink, whereas normally spring water is. Look at how deep that water is. Look at that massive cave over there. I gotta get all up in it. Whoa, look at the scale of this thing, just massive. Big echo. We gotta go investigate further. Now this is what I came here today looking for. Exactly that. Let's go further. See if there's any nooks and crannies. Massive. There's this little, check this out. This little compartment over here. Whoa. Look at that. Oh, look at this little chamber back here. Awesome. So cool. This thing is massive. Massive cave. Nice little death chamber right here. I think I can squeeze in there though. Should I go in feet first? Oh, here comes the big swell. Ah, victory! Every once in a while the swells kick up in here and it makes some nice little blowhole action. Whoa, almost has a jungly vibe with the ferns and the drops coming down. A couple little cracks over here. That's going to open up eventually. So amazing to see the diversity in these caves in this small little area. little beginner cracks that eventually, after thousands of years of tidal erosion, will become massive giants like this. And you can see the difference that the rock makes when you have a change in rock sediment or type of rock. It erodes a lot easier and faster than if you have just solid, really dense, hard rock, where it erodes at a much slower rate. In these tide pools, a cool thing is these little trails left by the snails. Snail trails, leaving in the sand, scrounging around for food. It's the snail highway. Well, we come around to the other side of that point, and the waves on the other side are just massive, smacking against these rocks. Well, look at how calm this pool is here. It's the natural infinity pool on the edge of the chaotic storm out there. So these waves are a perfect example of why the Catlins is such a tricky area to explore. Not only do you have to pay attention to the tide, you have to pay attention to the swell direction and the wind direction so that you can get an area that's sheltered enough where you can go in these caves and not get the life pounded out of you by one of these massive swells. But luckily, today lined up to be perfect. That monster cave, so beautiful, with that water going in it. Plenty of other small nooks and crannies. What an epic day exploring the hidden, rugged, beautiful coastline of the Catlins here in New Zealand. Plenty more coming from New Zealand, but make sure you get out there, find your adventure, and be infamous.